What's going on, everyone? Today, I wanted to try hard a little bit in the Go Battle League, saying at this point the season is getting close to the end, and I want to end on the leaderboards if possible. I've been in a bit of a rut here in Catch Cup, though. All of my Pokemon don't seem to work, so I did something I really didn't want to do, and I built a lot of new Pokemon just to try to make a good team, but let me tell you, this team is insane. Today, I went 20-5 in the Go Battle League using the Shadow Dusknoir Wigglytuff core. This team is obviously very hard meta. If you have these Pokemon available to you, give them a go. This is one of the best teams that I found to climb so far in this Catch Cup here. I was able to climb all the way up into the 3200s with this team, so let's get to the battles and see what this team can do. We got our first battle with this team. Let's see what we can do today. Dartrix on the lead. Okay, that's actually a pretty interesting matchup because they have access to a decent amount of bulk as well as Brave Bird. And I mean, Peck's going to add up quite a bit against us as well. But the big question is, what do they actually want to do? Do they instantly Brave Bird? Or do they go for the play where they Seed Bomb bait us? I feel like either way we survive, I'm going to No Shield. And it is a Seed Bomb bait. So they're at 7, so 2, 3. Oh, nice catch on Raichu. Jeez, okay. The thing is, I'm not really that weak to Raichu. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to build up a little bit more energy. And then I'm going to come in with my Ufisk. Maybe I should have brought in, my Dusknoir here. That could have been a good play as well. Because this thing likely does have access to Trailblaze, right? And they have baited out my Ufisk, which, I mean, this might be a bait out attempt by them here, right? It could be. Or maybe it's not. It really depends on what their final Pokemon's going to be. It could just be a crazy Catch Cup team and they're just using weird stuff, but we'll see. Well, they shield that. That's intriguing to me. It's like, I survived this Trailblaze still. I'm not that scared of that Dartrix. I don't really have a hard counter to it on my team, so I'd rather just no-shield this, either take a second shield or get a knockout here, and then leverage a shield advantage on my Dusknoir and my Wigglytuff and see what we can do there. Blood Bomb should be able to knock out if they let it go, which they do, and if they come in with that Dartrix, I'm not going to stay in, right? I don't want to give them a farm down against us. So we'll shield up a Seed Bomb, and we'll see what they want to do at this point. They should be dry after this Seed Bomb here. I have a bit of energy on my Wigglytuff. I have some energy here as well. Okay, and we see a Morpeko here in the back. This is going to be an interesting game. I don't know exactly how this is going to play out. They no-shield that. That's a smart no-shield by them. A little bit of a risky overfarm by them there. But it will pay off, I think. Oh, man. They have a Psychic Fangs ready to go right now. I might be in a bit of a tricky spot here, we'll see. These Psychic Fangs! No! Wow! Wow, what a play! Okay, that's really unfortunate. Was not expecting the immediate CMP on the Psychic Fangs there. I guess I should have been. Oh, man, I'm gonna lose to a Dartrix. This is absolutely unheard of here. Maybe there's still a chance, right? That Dartrix is kind of low on HP. There's a chance here I can bring in my Wigglytuff, start charming them down. And then maybe I can Astonish this down? I don't know. I think I'm too low on HP. The double electric team here, I guess I didn't expect that. Maybe I should have. Can I fast move this down in time? I get 3 more Astonishes here at least. Okay? Okay, we get the Simul KO. That was such a close game there, actually. I kind of misplayed. Little bit of, Catch Cup jitters, not remembering that people are probably running the craziest stuff possible. But, the team's just too good, and we're able to pick up the win in the first game. And we're learning, so we'll try to leverage that in our next couple of battles. Next game, maybe? Okay, next opponent. Let's try to get a more confident win if we can here. They played well in that last game, and this is a fantastic lead, actually. Whole team has play here, but this is by far my best matchup, saying I resist that Ghost-type damage here with my normal type. Oh my goodness, you don't say-swap a Carving, dude! With that said, I don't have, I was gonna say, I don't have the hardest possible counter. Ufisk is pretty good in that matchup, but oh my goodness, okay. Maybe this is the team. Maybe we found the sauce here. This is what I want to see today. This is exactly what I wanted to see with this team. Okay, next opponent. Maybe this battle's gonna last longer than 2 seconds here this time. Pretty neutral lead matchup. Happy to see this, though, away from my Ufisk here. And Charm's going to do quite a bit of fast food pressure. We'll see what they want to do. They are staying in, because they can go for a pretty neutral matchup here if they want to. They'll go for a Chilling Water likely after 7, which is right now. Okay. So I'm going to obviously no-shield the first move. It could be a Moonblast, but I would be kind of surprised to see that. Through it 2, 3, 4. We go for the Icy Wind because I can still outpace to the move before they reach 3 Chilling Waters with a Swift after this. And this lowers the damage output this thing's going to have. Okay, they actually let that go. I don't think I can charm this down, unfortunately, but is there ever a case to be made for swapping into Dusknoir now? There could be. Oh, they Trailblaze. Yeah, okay, whatever. I'm going to just swap here. What is this? Scrafty! Wait, is this even that bad for me? Because, like, I actually have, like, fast move pressure into them, and they don't really have fast move pressure into me. This is gonna be weird, because they have to go for foul plays against us, which, I mean, counter is not the best move in the game for baiting, or for generating energy, rather. They do shield that, maybe I should have gone for a bait. But, you know, I feel like that's fine. Scrafty's crazy to see here in this meta. I'm kind of wondering at this point, like, can I just Shadow Punch this on the next one if I need to here? There's a chance that I think a Shadow Punch could knock him out. I don't know. Like, after the Astonish damage. I mean, I don't really see a reason not to shield this. There's a chance they try to go for a catch at some point, but I still have my Wigglytuff around and a full HP Ufisk, so we'll see. Alright, we just go for the Dynamic Punch here. Shadow Punch might come close to knocking out, but I feel like I'd rather just guarantee the KO at this point, so we can either see that Forges come back in and farm him down, or see the third Pokemon and maybe go for a Shadow Punch into him. Okay, that's a little bit scary, actually. Alright. That is very helpful. Yeah, we have Dynamic Punch now. That could have been bad. That could have been really bad there, but I knew they were going to try to catch at some point. And so now we have the Dynamic Punch ready to go. And this is honestly even Mud Bomb range. Dusknoir should win the CMP though, so we'll bring this in, go for Dynamic, and guarantee the win that way. Nice, okay. That was a little bit scary to see the Gastro on the back, but you know, Gastro's not a problem for Ufisk if we don't even need Ufisk to win the game. Awesome, okay, this team's kind of crazy, undefeated so far today. Okay, next opponent. Bit of a down pair here, actually. They're on the Legend Push. Wigglytuff into Greninja. I kind of feel bad if they're on the Legend Push and you run into Axon running Wigglytuff, but, you know, we'll see what they have in the back. Okay, this is where I want to see it. Cradily is obviously a pretty neutral Pokemon in a lot of situations, and while Dusknoir does resist Acid, Rock Tomb is still going to do a lot of damage to us here. It'll also debuff my attack stats, so it's not the best spot to be in, but we have to keep in mind, right? Like, what play, necessarily, is that Greninja going to have this game? I have a Ufisk, I have a Wigglytuff, so on paper, we should be in a pretty good spot. But I do need to whittle down this Cradily a little bit. Oh, they just let that go. Okay. I mean, they can Water Shuriken us down, which will give them a decent amount of energy, which, to be fair, is probably their best play. Saying energy on that Pokemon will give them some play against our Wigglytuff, but I still get the shield back here with Dynamic Punch. I almost wonder if I should swap out here, but I'm not going to. Like, I feel like it's bad. Okay. I was gonna say, I feel like it's bad to give them that farm down there. They can also just, like, get one shot. Holy crap, okay. Yeah, they were just so weak to Wigglytuff, dude. Why am I using Wigglytuff? It's too good. Alright, final game of the set. We're 4-0 right now. Can we go 5-0? Shadow Caesar says no. Luckily, our backline can swap in here and at least put in a lot of neutral damage. If they stay in to try to get a Night Slash against us, ah, man, okay. We're getting a bit of a taste of our own medicine here in this game. But what we do have to keep in mind is if I land a Dynamic Punch, they get one shot. Yeah, no. Ah, this is bad. Maybe I should have baited there. Why would they throw energy? Can they not farm us down here before I get another Dynamic Punch? I think I'm fine with that, though. I mean, Trailblaze will boost their attack stat up here. I just have to hope that my Ufisk is a Core Breaker in the back now. I mean, boosted Trailblazes will hurt quite a bit, right? But I'm not that worried about my Wigglytuff. Honestly, I hate Wigglytuff. I'm fine with it taking a lot of extra damage here. It's mainly here as a means to an end. It's here to get rid of this Furret and make it so my Ufisk sweeps the Talonflame that's surely in the backline. Okay. Oh, hold on. That's like... Not exactly what I thought it would be. I kind of wish I had like a Gastrodon or something here. Because once again, this is not the best possible counter to a Carbink in the game, but it's also not bad. Because Carbink here obviously only has Rock Throws to fast move pressure, and what we also have to keep in mind is Moonblast is a very expensive move. I'm going to shield the first attack because it likely is a Moonblast. Yeah. Don't debuff me, please. That would be really annoying. Thank you. And now we just build up energy. 5. One concern is there is still a bit of that Furret around, but I'm not really in Trailblaze range, so I guess that's good. Alright, we have so much energy here on Ufisk, which is exactly what we need to have a chance to win this game. We're not in Trailblaze range from that Furret either. But they probably, oh, interesting, they come in the Caesar. This game's gonna get so weird. Okay, I land that move, that's helpful. I don't even know. I don't know at this point. I mean, we have to shield the Shadow Caesar, right? Which I don't love. But, like, we have to. But then can I combo play us here, potentially with that Furret? They don't go for it. Okay, hold on. This just knocks out the Caesar now. And, I mean, Furret needs a Swift here, maybe even a Trailblaze, and then another attack for my Wigglytuff. I don't know what I just caught here. This could be a misplay catching a move. We'll see. I was hoping to, like, sneak a Charm through him. A Swift? Okay. Nice, we did it. 5-0 with Wigglytuff. Oh no, what am I doing? What am I doing? That was such a dicey game there. I'll take the 5-0. We need that so much here in Catch Cup. We've been kind of struggling. Just apparently have to build some of the stupidest Pokemon in the game. So let's see if we can keep this going in the next set. Okay, next opponent here. Wigglytuff into... Yikes, Empoleon. I mean, we played out of a Caesar lead, and it's not like Dusknoir doesn't have play into this matchup. Okay, hold on. This is not, like, bad. Wait, interesting. It's a non-shadow, Kanto Marowak as well. Do I ever flip this? I'm not sure exactly. But what I do know is at this point, my Ufisk avoids this. They no-shield that. That's very interesting. I think I can flip this now, which I think I have to try to do, right? There's no way I can let my Wigglytuff align into that Empoleon. So, we'll go for the CMP here. If they shield this, I can shield farm down, go for a Dynamic Punch or a Shadow Punch, depending on what they bring in. Dusknoir should be able to put in some work here no matter what at this point. They do shield that. I don't love going down a second shield here, but it's I kind of have to, right? I wouldn't be surprised if there's like, I don't know, they could have a Gastro in the back or something. I feel like I need Switch. They let us get the farm down, that's really nice. I was kind of worried about, like, what if they swapped into Empoleon there and made it so I wouldn't be able to reach a move against him? What I am actually a little bit concerned about still, though, is, like, Empoleon's gonna put in some work here against my Ufisk up all of this energy. I don't think I'd get to 2 Shadow Punches. Uh-oh. I think that's too much energy. They just get to 2 Hydro Cannons here, right? Yeah, they CMP on the second Hydro Cannon, I think. Oh, man, I'm gonna get swept by the Empoleon. Oh, you know, it wasn't necessarily looking good either way, but maybe this is actually kind of playable. We'll see what we can do here. Is this ever playable? I wish I got, like, a Charm Sneak. That would have been really nice. Basically, I need to be able to force him to throw a second attack against us here. I hate throwing on alignment, but I literally have to right now, because if I don't, they get another acid or 2 through without a debuff, and these acids are shredding my HP. If I get a Swift off here, then maybe I can still win. Okay. Or we force energy out of him here. So I need to be able to outpace that Empoleon to a move. Oh, yeah, they had so much energy there. I was not counting the Cradilly. I just knew at that point I needed to have like 2 more Thunder Shocks of energy to have even a remote chance to win that game. I think we tried our best there. Oh my goodness, dude. That was an unfortunate matchup. All right, no more steel leads. We've got enough of those so far today. Wigglytuff? I guess we haven't, actually. 3 in a row. This is fine. This is fine. We win this game, trust. Whoa, they threw after 5? So they give me basically a full Astonish sneak. They could have done 1 extra bullet punch there. I love the damage that my Astonishes are doing right now because it's going to put them into a range where potentially my Wigglytuff can even deal with it later on if I need to. Or... Alright. Dusknoir here might not get a lot done on its own, but the power of friendship here is going to make it so maybe I can swap out into my Wigglytuff at some point. They're at 6, so they have a play rough. Do I even want to swap to Wiggly, though? I don't know. I don't think I will be allowed to. Yeah. But this is maybe kind of fine. I don't know. We'll come in Wiggly here, take a move, farm down. They Ice Beam, so they're at 2 right now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, you're going for a Hydro Pump. I'm not going to let you do that. Not without getting a shield first, at least. Okay, we actually get a shield there, which is, like, more than I thought my Wigglytuff was going to do this game. There's always a good chance, though, that my Ufisk is not going to be triple strong against their team, but it could also just be a Basti in the back. It's like Basti or Gastro, almost like 100%. Okay, well, that's a good sign. Oh, well, that's a bad sign. Oh, right, they did overfarm by 1. I'm an idiot. I should have just went for the farm down here. But, I mean, we guarantee this Pokemon gets out of the way, and if it's a good matchup for Ufisk, hopefully it's good enough that even playing this inefficiently is, like, still fine. They shield that. That's a really bad play by them. They're not getting another move off. It's gotta be Basti, right? It's gotta be Basti. Yeah, that's like the classic Open Great League team. Okay, I guess I'm fine with Steel-type leads. We've beat 2 of them so far. It's just the Empoleon that was really tricky to fight. Alright, next opponent. We've had way too many Steel-type leads. Let's try our best to avoid that. I should have specified. Let's, like, have a lead that's not terrible, just in general. This is so annoying. Is this ever playable? I don't know. I don't think I can flip this, but I think I have to try. We do shield a crunch, so no Aqua Tail baits by them. They get a debuff, though, which is kind of annoying. Alright, Dynamic Punch would knock him out here, so let's see what they do. They're at 6. I'm actually going to use his shield here. It might be a bad play, but it also might be a good play. So they're at 1, 2, 3. Do we think they're running Earth Power on that Nidoqueen, or do we think they're on Stone Edge? That's going to be another big question. Okay. Does this ever... I don't know if this knocks out. Does this knock out? Please. Please knock out. If this knocks out, I'm actually not in a bad spot. Okay, hold on. I mean, we can probably get a Shadow Punch into that Queen. And as long as they're not on Earth Power... Okay. Gonna be a weird play here, but I'm gonna do this. It's like I survive a move here. It's not like I get one-shot by a Poison Fang. Although it does do quite a bit, actually. But Icy Wind is super effective against them as well. Yeah, look at that damage. That was a really bad play by them. Why did they do that? Now we just Shadow Punch this. I'm really surprised they went for a Simul KO. Rather than, like, keeping their Nidoqueen alive just as, like, any sort of, pressure that it could have been. Nice, okay, okay. We are not winning the lead. We're not allowed to today. But it doesn't matter. Wigglytuff is just too good. I think, unironically, it's Shadow Dustor that's putting in all this work, but okay, let's go. Ufisk, cameo appearance here in the backline, but that was kind of a crazy one. Desynced, oh no. The LAIC rematch. What is Desynced running? Continuing the trend of not being allowed to win the lead, it's a Shadow Talonflame. Okay. I mean, our Astonish damage has already put them down deep into the red. Or the yellow, rather. But Flame Charge is gonna... Okay, they don't Flame Charge. Okay, Spite Ops is fine. We get 2 Shadow Punches here. They probably farm us down, though, pretty quickly after the fact. That's a lot of damage, though. I wouldn't be surprised with, like, a Mud Slapper in the backline, but Distinct normally runs a bit of Spice. So it could be, like, anything else. Do they even farm us down? No. Okay, that's actually kind of big. And, I mean, that Talonflame at this point might just be in Charm Down range, so I might not be in the worst position possible. Dustor's putting in so much work today. Okay, 1 Charm knocks that out. Talon almost certainly comes in, unless there's a second Wigglytuff counter, which there actually is, but, you know, that's also... Whoa. We see the Talon come back in. That's kind of surprising, honestly. Well, maybe I can't Thundershock this down. I think I can, though. Yeah. We just shield once, Thundershock down. Double Mud Bomb, and then I bet Wigglytuff can at least put in some work against that Tinkaton. Yeah, they fly just to, I guess, try to get the next move anyway, but it's not going to work. Alright. The play here, I think... Well, I guess there's 2 options. I could stay in, or I could swap out, right? I think I'm going to stay in for a second, and see if I get debuffed by a Bulldoze. I get that first shield, which is nice. Mud Bomb's going to hurt quite a bit. I think that's in range where Wigglytuff can deal with it now. Like, even if they do knock us out here, which they probably will with 2 Bulldozes. They could also go for a Play Rough after a Bulldoze to try to guarantee the knockout. And the next Bulldoze would knock us out anyway. I don't feel like Tinkaton has enough damage here, unless, like, maybe if he's on Heavy Slam, but even on Heavy Slam, I feel like I don't get one-shot on my Wigglytuff here. Degen Icy Wind on alignment, just to try to make sure if it is on Heavy Slam, that I debuff first. Okay. 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 Oh my goodness. Another terrible lead. Somehow overcome by Shadow Dusknoir. Let's go. Alright, final opponent, I believe, of the set. Let's see what we can do. We cannot win the lead, that's for sure. But I mean, this isn't bad, right? As long as they don't have a hard counter to Dusknoir. That's on Peck. Holy crap. Well, that means I can throw the Shadow Punch immediately, actually. And that's actually good timing here, thanks to the 1-turn desync of the swap-in. Peck is, unironically, a lot better for Dusknoir, because the Incinerate damage adds up so quickly. But Peck is not going to do anywhere near as much. Alright, so they should be at 8 right now. Do they fly or Flame Charge? They fly. Alright. And we bait out the Gastro. That's good. I'm going to go for Shadow Punch here just because I want to get a second one off, or at the very least, force him to throw energy against us. But I wouldn't be surprised to see like a no shield into the, or I guess a shield rather, into the farm down. Which is, yeah, what's going to happen. We bait out this thing, which could, in theory, be their best answer to our, what's it called? Our Fisk. I don't think they get 2 Water Pulses, right? Just a Water Pulse and a Body Slam. And, like, I've done a lot of Fast Food Pressure against that Talonflame, so there's a chance Wigglytuff can even knock that out if I need to. Alright, I think that was only 9 Mud Slaps, but if it was 10, you know, sue me. I don't know. Okay, nice. Let's swap here, unless we don't see Talon come in. Okay, it is Talon. Shadow Diggersby. Not completely ideal. Is this ever still playable, though? Because, I mean, Shadow Diggersby might actually take some real damage here from the Mud Bombs, but Yeah, like 4 knockout, I think. Oh, man. But the shadow damage is gonna hurt quite a bit. That is obviously the case. If what I can do here is I can survive a Scorching Sands, get another Mud Bomb through, and then, like, knock out that Talon with my... Oh my god. Well, that's not good. That's game. That's game. They got us. They got us. The Hyper Beam Diggersby. The Shadow Hyper Beam Diggersby lose condition. Yeah, I should have shielded that, I guess. You know, we don't lose to the hard meta teams, we just lose to the Hyper Beam Diggersbys. That's an interesting way to end it off here with this set, but, GG's, I guess. These were actually my first 2 sets with the team. I had 3 sets after this, all of which I went 4-1 in, so a 20-5 day overall. This is one of the best teams I've found so far in Catch Cup. Wigglytuff is obviously just such a great core breaker. It's not my favorite Pokemon to use, but it's just undeniably so good. Shadow Dusknoir as well, a very safe swap here, as long as you're not against a Furret, and you know Stunfisk here is also able to just round out the team. So if you have these Pokemon, give this team a go. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.